Yar! Welcome to the cringe. I am your captain, Joey, Joey speaking. And we are about to start an island tour video. So, if you see the daily chore video, you will recognize that I did not visit Captain yesterday. So I got up early and recorded Captain for yesterday. And we are about to do again for today. Nice. Nook Miles. Time for takeoff. So I appreciate all the likes, subscribes, and comments. I'm going to have a sip of coffee real quick. Beverage of choice, obviously, is coffee. Nescafe Espresso Blonde. It's an instant type of coffee. I actually like that. It's one of my favorite. Yep. So if you didn't join for the first video, I have 34 out of the 36 types of gyroids. And so I'm still awaiting a few more. And that is why I did the one video today. So we're going to do eat. So I paid $1,000 just to go Captain's Island and get the fossil before the end of the day or the start of the new day. We'll eat that one. So. Oh. Give me a second. All right. Before we get going. Yep. Gonna make an axe and a shovel. Here, let's go get these coconuts first. Put this away. A weird method. I already have that kind of bug. All right. I have a certain methodology I like to have in my always make an extra one of an axe and a shovel. Because I do not like to start the islands and have to come back to do this. Keep crafting. I need a shovel. All right. All done for now. Okay, we'll start on this side today. What was that? Nice. Oh. Yeah, so the reason why I started going to Captain this morning, I was updating my computer yesterday, unfortunately. The download started right in the middle of a stream. So I had to get rid of that video because the drop frame rate. And so I stopped before I went to go visit Captain. And so that's why I did it this morning. which was cool because I only had to wait 10 minutes for my new gyroid. It's the cool thing about visiting and having the turn of the day relatively close to each other. Yeah. So this is the Island Tours video, and I think this is number 26. I also have to film a Detective Pikachu. Start that again. Detective Pikachu video. Oh, nice. There we go. I was not intending to have that. But that was kind of nice. That's kind of cool. We'll do that. Pikachu. Oh. Okay. Yes! Finally, after like 2 weeks. Finally. Yes, and I recognize I said Pikachu. Sorry, I had to turn off the microphone. I didn't want you to hear me sneeze. I'll be visiting my son today. Have a couple of team meetings today. So for those of you that have an adult or somebody that lives in an adult foster care facility, it's kind of like a halfway house, but it's not. It's for those that need extra support in life. My son is developmentally challenged, so he lives in a facility. They have team meetings every quarter, making sure that his needs are being met. And I'm actually glad they have those. It's kind of to reevaluate everything. They do it 4 times a year. And this would be the 3rd. Or maybe the 2nd. I'm not sure. It's in July, so it's probably the start of the 3rd. All right. It's helpful because it ensures his needs are being met, and if there's significant issues or not. So it kind of goes over everything. If they need to instill a new behavior plan, because he's an adult with special needs. Sometimes he has behaviors. Yep. And I'm grateful because he's in a home that has like-minded adults. Nice. I hope everybody's evening is or day is going well. Mine is, so far. I don't expect it to change, so. Pretty funny. Ooh, that's a good sized fish. My luck, it'll be a tire. And that is exactly why I make a new axe. So I don't have to stop in the middle. Oh. And I think I'm going to make one before I leave, so I don't have to stop in the next island. Sweet, I got a bottle. I think I already know this. Hold on a second, let's go check that out. What is a music stand? Oh, okay. Hey everybody, that was my wake-up call to make videos for you. I gotta be honest, I make these videos anyways, so I figured I'd just record them and share them. I do this every day. Because this is what I consider daily chores. This is what I use when I drink coffee. So it helps me wake up a little bit. I already have those two butterflies. All right, we're just going to take a quick look over here. And then we're going to take off and go visit Kapp'n. Okay. Oh, apparently I'm taking a break. Yes, stovetop, bottle top. All right. Okay. We got to go to Blathers. Ooh. Make a dono. Oh. Apparently I'm not that smart. How about assess? There we go. A little better. Good. Never mind. Thank you, Hoots. All right. Go sell some stuff. Reminds me of that little kid video. I gotta pull some weeds. Gotta pick up sticks. Nice. Claim. All right, we're going to go dump some of this. Got to pick up rocks. He reminds me, it's kind of like, listen, Linda, listen, Linda. I got to be honest. My parents would never let me talk like that. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying my parents would never have let me do that. So. And don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just, you know, just shows you the difference between generations, which is not a bad thing. All right. There's always going to be differences. That doesn't bother me. No turkey lurkey. The sky is not falling. All right. Ooh, good sized fish. All right, you sea turtle. Let's do this. Awesome. I'm going to have some coffee while he sings. Yeah, every generation's a little different. Not a big deal. Life isn't ending. Huh. He kind of does look like a frog. But the shell on the back gives it away. Na, 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 na. So they should have probably added moss to his head instead of the Levy thing that he's got going on. Because turtles usually have moss. Yeah. Okay, so we're really here only for the, to be totally honest, we're really only here for, we're gonna eat 4 of these. Eat. We're only really here for the gyroid, but I get everything else to sell. Nice. Oh, another bottle. Sometimes I get those, sometimes I don't on this island. Oh. All right. Let's see what this is. Message in a bottle. Kettlebell. A kettlebell, excuse me. Out of all the things that you get extra money for, I do not like taking pictures. I think that's the silliest one. Just a way to fill up your SD card. Or whatever card. Alright, I have to try that. Bug. I don't think it's a golden, but we're going to at least give it a shot. Wham. Yep. I can't walk by that without... Because that one's too rare. So, I have to at least try it. Alright. So I found the gyroid. Yeah, I got to make another axe, just so you know. Because I did not do that when I first arrived. Alright, making sure I got all this. Alright. What was that? Alright. What the heck? Yeah. Okay. That's how I'm a good fisherman. Alright. So I still need to make another axe. So let's do that now. Before I forget. I'm right here. I might as well. So if you guys are wondering where I got the name for the channel. Alright. It's just an expression for me. Because I tend to believe that sailors as a whole are a little outspoken and aggressive. Typically. And so, and sometimes, especially when they have adult beverages running through them, you know, they tend to be a little outspoken. Self-included. And so that's just kind of the cringe. We'll do this first. So that's where the nautical cringe comes from. And that's the first time seeing a sailor was odd. The person was wearing a uniform, And it was a dressy kind of uniform. And person had no teeth. Had a spittoon in his dress uniform. And I remember thinking, what in the... So that always left me with a cringy vibe. Even to this day, I still remember that. So it was awkward back then, and it's still awkward now. That person, God, looked like they were 80 years old. Uniform barely fit. Wearing dress whites. With a spittoon. Interesting. So that person had chewing tobacco in a dress uniform. I remember thinking like, oh my gosh. I would have to say that person looked about 70. Whether they were or not was a different story. So some of them look kind of gruff. Yeah. Interesting. Let's make sure I have all those. Yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget that. That guy has to be probably 70 by now. And holy smokes, if he's still alive. But I'll never forget that. All right. So that's where nautical cringe comes from. Those first impressions, or those things that stick out of you like, what? So it's not saying all nautical people are cringy. It's just those experiences that we have. All right, we're going to get through this. He just called me a wee shrimp. That's cringy. That is essentially what I am talking about. I already have that one. Okay. We are going to bury this first. I'm taking care of the gyroids. Then we'll come back and sell everything. Looks odd. Running around an island with an axe. Maybe that's kind of cringy. There we go. We'll do that. All right. Burying hole. All right. Let's do this. always do. Put away. Place. There we go. All right, the hard stuff is done. We're going to go put the stuff away in our house, then come back and sell everything. Huh. Look like a bug. All right. These are going in storage. Yeah, we'll throw that in there. All right, everything else can be sold. So I appreciate all the likes, subscribes, and comments. It really helps. So I already filmed the daily chores stuff. That'll be posted in about a half an hour. I'm going to be filming an episode of Detective Pikachu today. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, we're going to end it there. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you. You can disembark now. See you later, time.